left. The setup.
You like the fight game, Phelps?
I did a little boxing in the Marines. I found it a pretty humbling experience.
Thanks for your sandwich, buddy. Corned beef and egg salad, 12 cents. Bologna and ham and cheese, 10.
It's strictly a mug's game. You'll like this fight, though. A plucky limey's about to take a beating from an up-and-coming Negro.
You sound pretty sure about the result.
I ought to be. I got $50 on the black kid. Let's get a ringside seat. That son of a bitch Hammond made a run for his dressing room. Let's find out what's going on.
God damn you, Albert! You get out here right now! God damn you, Albert!
Step back! LAPD! What's going on?
That son of a bitch Hammond has jammed the door.
And who are you?
Carlo Arcaro, I'm his manager.
I'm his trainer.
Interesting attitude to have towards a victorious athlete.
Victorious? We had an arrangement. We had a goddamn arrangement!
That limey bastard was paid to take a nap. He reneged.
And you were out of pocket?
Damn right. Me and a couple hundred other people.
Stand aside.
Damn right. Me and a couple hundred other people. Stand aside. He squeezed out the window. I'll put an APB out on him.
Why would we do that? He won the fight fair and square.
To prevent him from getting clipped. He was paid to flop. There was big money riding on this
So are we
fight.
here because you lost money, or because we're investigating a prize-fighting racket?
Very funny. Look around and see what you can find. Which is Hammond's locker?
Over by the pinboard, second from the end.
Like, why are we investigating?
There's a phone number we can run by R&I. Plus a bunch of names and odds. You're not the only one who likes a flutter, Roy.
Nothing.
You look troubled.
What is the point of these newspapers?
I'm in a jam, Doctor.
Can I help, Courtney? Is it money?
No, Doctor.
Can I help, Courtney?
That's okay.
Money.
No, Doctor. That's okay. Do I have your professional confidence?
Whatever you say, we'll never leave this room.
Professional confidence?
Whatever you say,
Except for it's in the
never
newspaper.
leave this room.
I talked some of the guys in my old unit into doing something. And it's gone wrong. I guess I did it for the wrong reasons. For short-term gain. We came home from China on the Cool Bridge.
China.
We came home
The morphine robbery.
on the Cool Bridge. That was us.
The morphine robbery.
I thought I could get the guys a fair share. some sort of benefit for the sacrifices that they made in the war. Those guys deserve it, Doctor.
Oh, I'm sure they do, Courtney. But the deserving aren't always rewarded.
Tell me about it, Doc. We shifted our stuff onto this mob-connected guy, and it's been turning up all over town. Tell me about it, Doc. It wasn't meant to be like this.
The presumption was rather naive, Courtney.
I know that now, Doctor. But people are dying.
Might I venture a few questions?
Sure.
Do your underworld contacts have all the morphine?
No, they don't. We doled it out, hoping we could control it.
Are they pressing you for further allocation?
That's the polite way of putting it, Doctor.
I may be able to help you, Courtney.
Thanks, Doc. It helps just to talk about it.
I mean, I have a solution that will help you financially and salve your conscience.
I'm all ears, Doctor.
I will transact to take all the narcotic off your hands. You can rest assured that it will all be medically administered. I will use the funds that I no longer require for the purchase of medication and invest them in housing developments.
Housing?
The developments in question are housing projects for former servicemen. Your return will come from the sale of the properties, and your investment will benefit those that you care for most. Does this arrangement meet with your approval?
You're a magician, Doctor.
That was irrelevant. Boring.
I don't think this is going to help us. Don't think this is anything.
Anything else to go by? After that ring.
You better find that cocksucker and you bring him to me.
I feel bad too, Mickey. He guaranteed me he would take the flop.
I guarantee that you will be fish food if you don't bring me cocksucker and you bring him to me. Roy, you out of pocket too?
Mickey, seems that way.
Don't worry about it. My boys are out looking for him.
Well, you'd better call them off. This is a police matter now. If anything happens to Hammond, I'll testify that you made threats against him.
My boys are out looking for him. Who's the Greyhound? He's a frisky one, isn't he?
Cole Phelps? Mickey Cohen.
I know who he is, Roy. I, met his brother-in-law.
I think you had the mixture pretty scared back there.
So let's get the phone. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Where's the phone? There it is.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Operator, give me
Phelps,
dispatch.
badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for the following phone number. AL345.
The address for the phone number is the Hotel L.A 6294 Leland Way, Hollywood.
Thanks.
Alright.
You know the place? Flop House. Quarter a night, no questions asked.
Let's go then.
Flop House. Quarter a night, no questions asked.
You seem to have a pretty cozy relationship with Cohen and Stompanato.
Do I note a hint of reprimand in your tone, detective? Talking to gangsters comes with the turf. You should try out Mickey's place. It's got a haberdasher's up on Sunset. See if he can get you out of those old man's clothes that you slink around in.
It's a front for his illegal activities.
It is that, but he does carry some very sharp suits.
If it's okay with you, I'll stick with Brooks Brothers.
Yeah, what do you want?
LAPD. We're making inquiries into the whereabouts of an Albert Hammond.
No one here by that name.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. This isn't the sort of place where people use their real names. Take a look at the register if you don't believe me. Sure, I'm sure.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Take a look at the register if you don't believe me.
There are 3 kinds of people.
Okay, so look for prominent Tommies. That should narrow it down.
Alright.
Okay, so look for prominent Tommies. That should narrow it down.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell. One of these days.
What is he talking about?
Isn't that the cop
What did he
who solved
do?
the big case and got
Yeah, he
promoted?
didn't really, was he expecting? Tyrant, is that it? No. No.
Winston Churchill. A very patriotic Englishman is staying in room 207.
The old bulldog. Even at a flop house, Adley can't get out from his shadow.
Staying in room 207.
Even at a flop house, Adley can't get out from his shadow.
I spent the whole year for that car.
Door's unlocked. Looks like he's had a broad up here.
It's this angle if he has a real love interest.
I think someone kind of used to me.
Looks like Albert's been doing some homework. 11 grand would be a nice little nest egg. Looks like Albert's been doing some homework. Instaheat. Adrian Black's product of choice. Seems like a lifetime ago. Instaheat. Adrian Black's product of choice. Candy has expensive taste. Albert has his work cut out for him.
All right, let's go after his girl. See if that gets us any closer. Who's Candy?
Candy Edwards, the lady who filled out this coupon. I guess a fighter has plenty of time on his hands between bouts. Does Albert have somebody special? I didn't see anyone in his corner at the fight. Does Albert have somebody special? He must be heading home. You know, I hope he makes it.
That crooked son of a bitch? No chance.
Not sure this means much.
Another window exit. Must have just missed him. Help me out.
All right, let's go after his girl. See if that gets us any closer.
I was married by a judge. I should have asked for a jury.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell. She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Get this morning's edition hot off the press.
Hammond is over the hill. He's a punching bag for the up-and-comers. Should know his goddamn place.
I think he knows. I think he worked out the place isn't L.A.
He's punchy. His brain's going to mush. Winston Churchill? Give me a break.
Churchill is a fighter, Roy. Hammond didn't just scribble down the first name he could think of.
So, you boxed in the Marines?
We all did. Standard training.
I can't imagine you ever played dirty.
The only prize for taking a fall was 1,000 push-ups.
Well, I bought a ticket myself. It's a wonderful chest, lovely three-room apartment, large kitchen, big closet. It's worth $2.
Broadcasting Company salutes our veterans.
We need to know which room is Candy's.
Can I help
I'm outta
you,
here.
gentlemen?
LAPD, ma'am. We're looking for Candy Edwards.
Apartment 7. You take the outside stairs by the parking lot and turn left at the top. You friends of the Italian guy?
Italian guy?
Yeah. Sleazy type? Gave his name as Carlo. I didn't like the look of him, but Candy has some funny friends.
Thanks.
This Candy broad must be as sweet as she sounds. All these gentlemen callers.
Give it up, bitch.
Sounds like we're missing all the
He's gone
fun.
and
Get
fucked
in
both
there,
of us, and you know
Phelps.
where he's hiding. Now tell me where he is before I cut you.
I told you I haven't seen him.
Like hitting women, do you?
This isn't gonna end well for you, friend.
All right. If you really want to dance.
Yeah.
Out cold, but breathing. Give her a minute. Take a look around.
Oh, okay. I was expecting.
Give her a minute. Take a look around.
Nope. Nope. Switchblade.
Nasty weapon.
Oh, the Italians carry them. A real man uses his fists or a gun.
Nasty weapon.
Oh, the Italians carry them. A real man uses his fists or a gun.
Carlo here seems to have the same friends as Hammond. What are the odds on them all being bookmakers? She's leaving town.
Probably nothing.
Yeah,
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. Circumstantial.
Single ticket. One way. I guess there isn't a lot for Albert in Ohio.
she was leaving town.
Scania sails from New York. Take a seat, Miss Edwards. We have some questions for you to answer.
Look, I haven't done anything wrong.
Ever? I find that pretty hard to believe.
Can you answer some questions now, Miss Edwards?
Sure, I've had worse. I'll shake it off.
We're trying to track down Albert Hammond. We have reason to believe he might be in danger. Do you know where he is?
No, I don't. I'm over Albert. I haven't seen him.
We're trying to track down Albert Hammond.
That's a doubt, for sure.
Save it for the suckers, Candy. Albert won big. He may not have told you, but you don't strike me as the type who leaves town when there's money to be had.
Call me anything you like, Flatfoot. I'm done with this burg and all the cheap chiselers who live here.
Do the names Harry, Mervyn, or Ray mean anything to you?
Could be anybody. How the hell would I know?
Give up these men, Miss Edwards, and we'll think about letting these charges against you slide.
What? Charges against me? All I did was try and look out for Albert. Now he skips out and I have to take beatings for him as well?
Alright.
You're leaving town, Miss Edwards?
Yes, I'm going straight home.
Okay.
You're leaving town, Miss Edwards?
Interstate bus ticket.
You're lying to me. Albert finally won a big fight. I say good luck to him. But you know where he is. Let me help him, Candy. You're lying.
Do all you cops run off at the mouth? Prove I know where he is.
Let me help him, It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that?
I got him more wrong. That's doing nice community. Alright.
Albert is going home by boat as soon as he collects his winnings. I know you're going to meet him.
Albert is going to collect nothing. He'll be lucky if he can get out of town in one piece.
How will you fare any better? They already believe you're in on it.
Hell, I know you're in on it.
You can think what you want, Buster. I'll take my chances. I got a few errands to run, and then I say adios to this dump.
We'll get out of your way, Candy. We know you're a busy lady.
Like I said, I've done nothing wrong.
The LAPD expects a little more cooperation. You'd better watch your back, sister. Get out, Carlo, you hump. And get rid of that pig sticker. You ever pull that thing on me, I'll shoot you like a dog.
That bitch knows where Hammond is. She knows where my money's gone.
My money too, tough guy. I'll handle this.
That bitch knows where Hammond is. She knows where my money's gone.
My money too, tough guy. Bad people are looking to hurt Candy, and yet she's not heading straight for the train station? I smell a payoff. I say stake her out. See where she goes.
Yeah, alright.
Tail this broad. Don't let her get away, but don't get spotted. I'll bring up the car behind you. Tail this broad. Don't let her get away, but don't get spotted. I'll bring up the car behind you.
no. I'll keep going. I can do it. I do have this.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer. Slack. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail. Bookmakers? Yes. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Remember the dead lady they found under the train? She solved the case. Booked some barfly for the murder.
That's the guy from
A
the
blonde
paper.
woman just came
Signed
in
that
here.
big case.
She went out the back way. Said she was being watched. How much did she collect? $3,600. She cleaned me out. On the Hammond Kid Galahad fight? You got it. I'm not complaining. We all made a lot of money on that one. Huge plunge on Galahad, and then Hammond knocks the bum out. So she collected the money and went out through the back door? Nope. She made a phone call over there, wrote something on a notepad, and then left. So she collected the money and went out through the back door? Nope. She made a phone call over there. What are you doing? An old intelligence trick from the Marines.
We know where she's headed. Let's get moving.
Alright.
We know where she's headed. Let's get moving.
Yeah, she's on run.
Are you drunk, mister?
Car 11K, 11 King. Further to your request, Bunko Fraud has 3 known bookmakers operating out of storefronts in the Hollywood area. Thrifty Liquor, 6106 Santa Monica, the Examiner Drugstore, and a Max Spirits at 1658 North Cherokee. KGPL cleared.
Hammond backed himself to win. And Candy is picking up the winnings. Smart play. Question is Candy collecting on Albert's behalf, or is she cheating him too?
What are you doing? Look where you're going.
That's the one. About a week ago, this guy murdered his wife and dumped her.
Detectives Phelps and Earl, LAPD. Relax, Cole. You just have a blonde in here, Mervyn?
Sure did. I'm just about to close up. She took me to the cleaners. 4,000 clams and change.
How long ago did you leave?
Maybe 5 minutes. Called a cab. Asked for a number. I told her there was a card over there by the phone. Maybe 5 minutes. Called a cab. Asked for a number. I told her there was a card over there by the phone.
Yellow cab. We need to get after her, fast.
Yep.
There's the guy. I hear he's an honest cop. There's an oxymoron for you.
Can you connect me to the Yellow Cab Company? Hollywood 2187, please. This is Detective Phelps, LAPD. You dispatched a cab to 1487 Ivar Avenue, Hollywood.
Yes, sir. Sent 1 round from the pool.
Do you have the number of that cab?
Number 179.
Thanks.
That broad got socks in the brassiere.
We're done playing around. Get Mervyn to give us an address on Ray's place.
Broad's planning on cleaning out every bookmaker in town.
Hammond needed to make sure he was getting a bigger payday than if he'd taken the flop.
Never trust the limeys, especially where a fight's concerned. A mistake we can't seem to stop making.
Suspicious activity on a trolley car on Fountain Avenue. Stand by for further information. Any central unit?
Hey, Century, citizen reports suspicious activity.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you all right?
That lowlife! That filthy lowlife!
What happened?
I was standing ready to get off and I heard a click. His camera. That pervert took a picture of my... up my...
Which way did he go?
There! That's him! Right there!
Oh my god, what a creep.
Ah, fuck.
That's him! Right there!
Go on, Phelps. Get after that creeper.
Getting close. Steer him off the tar. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Why would you drive? Oh my god. You broke my car. Why would you drive into me? Ah. You purposely just drove to my direction.
Hey, Century, citizen reports suspicious activity on a trolley car on Fountain Avenue. Stand by for further information. Any Century
LAPD, ma'am. Go on, Phelps. Get after that creeper.
Getting close. Steer him off the tar. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Move it! Oh god. Run your way. What are you doing? Get off the way to do that.
Give it up, LAPD! You're under arrest for public indecency.
Oh, Christ.
You're under arrest for public indecency.
Creep.
Oh, Christ.
You know the way. You can drive.
Yeah, you drive this one. Let's get you out of here.
That's the cab waiting up ahead. She's not in the car. Don't get too close. She must be inside.
Get you.
We're on the move again, Cole. After her. Don't lose that cab.
Great idea, Cole.
Whoops. Oh, I do that again.
Great idea.
We're on the move again, Cole. After her. Don't lose that cab. Careful, we'll get spotted at this distance. Can you quit driving like a jackass already?
How many stops is she gonna make? Hammond is full of himself, being this sure he was gonna win.
You got a pretty funny idea of what keeping a low profile means, Phelps.
What are you talking about? I'm thinking.
That bitch is giving me what I'm owed. That's all I know.
Whoa, back off before we get made. Pull over. He's heading inside. I think I just saw Hammond. I'll tail him. You get in there and stay with Candy. Make sure you don't let her see you.
Whoa!
I think I just saw
Easy!
Going to church doesn't make you any more Christian than standing in a garage makes you a car. Here's what I heard. That cop caught the guy that did the Dahlia, but they covered it up.
What the hell?
Call an ambulance.
Hammond got away.
He said...
Just try and sit still, Candy. Who shot you? Was it Albert?
Car.
Just try and sit still, Candy.
They're on the way.
Was it Albert?
I have a patrolman searching the depot. The chief's putting together a manhunt for Hammond. He got the money, right?
Looks like it.
A tough bird, our limey friend. Using his girlfriend as the bag woman and then getting greedy over the split? He won't make it out of town.
That's how you see it?
I told you that cocksucker was a crook.
That's how you see it?
I told you that cocksucker was a crook.
.32 caliber. One shot fired. .32 caliber. One shot fired. The Egyptian Theater.
So, what now?
The theater, I guess. We don't have much else to go on.
Yeah, theater.
So, what now?
The only reason some people get lost in thought is because it comes.
Poor girl. She didn't deserve that.
Poor girl. Half the precinct aren't taking a vacation this year because of her. We need to leave town a lot quicker than that if we decide to screw over Mickey's son.
There goes a week's wages.
This seems like a long shot. Aren't they all?
Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
Message from the coroner. The cause of death was a knife wound. Repeat, a knife wound. Revolver appears to have belonged to the victim.
Son of a bitch.
He stabbed her.
I thought you said real men use their fists, not guns.
That guinea cocksucker. You think he got the money too?
Come on, Roy. We're bringing this whole tragedy to its conclusion.
The one guy I'm not going to have that knife.
Why'd you kill her, Carlo? Your gripe was with me.
She was collecting the money for you. Mickey made it clear it was either me or you, and I intend to keep on living. She was collecting the money for you. Mickey made it clear it was either me or you, and I intend to keep on living.
She stole those betting slips. She was running out on me.
And you were gonna let her?
No, I let her collect. I set her up, just like she set me up. Just like my manager set me up. Everyone wanted me to take a dive. Everyone wanted me to take the short money. It's for the best, kid.
You were washed up, kid! You couldn't climb, and you were too brave to sink. You were going nowhere!
Maybe, but I had heart. I was a Royal Marine, Carlo. If I lost a fight, it wasn't for lack of trying, and it wasn't for lack of courage. I didn't have much, but I had that.
I did it for you, and that's how you repay me!
You did it for yourself. So did little boy. You did it to make a quick buck. Candy did it to make her dream come true.
Blah, blah, blah. I've got the money. All I need to do is get rid of you. It's gonna be a shame, kid, but that's business. Blah, blah, blah. I've got the money. All I need to do is get rid of you. It's gonna be a shame, kid, but that's business.
We've heard enough, Arcaro. Put down your weapon.
You're making a big mistake, Arcaro.
Where will these guys come?
Come on, Cole. Carlo's a fan. Cameron, too, and find him.
Throw out the guns.
Stay down. Move, I've got you. Find some cover. You're covered, Phelps. You're clear, go. Move, I've got you. Stay in cover. Where are you? You whiny cocksucker.
It's time to come out now, Hammond. Put the gun down, Roy. That son of a bitch owes me a lot of money. Catch. Escania sails from New York, Hammond. Be on the next train and don't ever come back.
Why?
Because I was a Marine and I once lacked courage. Everyone deserves a second chance. Now beat it. Because I was a Marine and I once lacked courage.
Why let him go?
Fuck you! That English prick is getting away with my money, Phelps!
I'm hearing rumors of a fight that was fixed, of gangsters looking to get square, that LAPD cops might be involved. Either of you two sons of bitches know anything about that?
No, sir.
So, the dead wop who turned up in this theater, who used to be a boxing manager, who murdered Candy Edwards, has nothing to do with the fix?
Absolutely not.
Earl, you're doing venereal disease citations until you can learn to stop lying to me. Phelps, got anything to add?
No, sir.
Get your uniform from your locker. You're back on the street.
No, sir.
Get your uniform from your locker. You're
Got
back on
demoted.
the street.
I think we could have done better than that one.
187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm the same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
You're the reason brothers and sisters should marry.
Really?
This car cost me a fortune, you moron.
You seem distracted. We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job. Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of L.A. forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Any unit in the vicinity of 211 in progress at 3rd and Union. Stand by for further unit to handle identifying.
I'm sorry, madam. Police officer, I need your car.
Stop! LAPD! Like hell! Put your hands in the air!
Okay, not supposed to shoot him. Well, he was using a gun, so what else was I supposed to do?
Put your hands in the air!
Hey! What's the
There he is, officer.
Oh.
Give it up, LAPD! There he is. Don't make me chase you! Stop or I will shoot! Lock him up and throw away the key! Be careful, he is dangerous. You're going nowhere, pal!
Nice job.
Car 11K to KGPL. 211 from intersection of 3rd and Union is code 4.
All units be advised, the 211 at Westlake Pest Control intersection of 3rd and Union is a code 4.
You can drive.
Second floor. Apartment 6. In the back.
Second floor, apartment.
Thanks.
6. Got it.
Apartment 6.
Floor, apartment. Thanks. 6. 5. 7. 6.
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Can we get on with it?
Rusty.
Relax, Rusty.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps. 26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Not always the case.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead. Phelps?
Val, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I take a look?
Be my guest.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Very unusual ring.
Could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Yeah.
Very unusual ring.
Could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Yeah, someone
Very
tried
good.
to bite her.
Bruising on the forearms. These look like bite marks.
Neck.
The neck is bruised pretty badly.
The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down, and another held her arm and injected her. Put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
It spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
I doubt it.
Miss Julie was...
Pretty girl like that? Maybe she was having trouble with some boys, huh? Maybe she got her heart broken.
Look at the
Couldn't take it
pills.
anymore. So
Look
she
at the
ran
hills.
herself a bath and down some hills, and then she just drifted off.
I don't know. Julie, she always had so much fire. So much drive. I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear.
There. It's okay.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look. This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Why am I looking at?
It's been a modeling assignment.
Okay.
It's a place to start. It's a place to start. Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Rolling pin.
Not much help.
What's that? A ladle?
Doesn't tell me anything.
I don't know what they're called. Yo.
Not everything here is going to be relevant. I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am.
I'm just so shocked.
Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Alias is there. I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
I don't think so, because modeling is not always glamorous.
Would she have killed herself for a man?
Miss Julie would never have killed herself. She was a very determined young lady. One of those people who shake the tree for all it's worth. Never have killed herself. She was a very determined.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure.
That is definitely.
Men friends, Mrs. Reynoldson. Spill it.
I will not spread gossip about Miss Julia. She was very nice to me.
I don't care if she was the Virgin Mary's sister. Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting. If you're going to take that tone, I won't answer any more questions.
Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Doubt again.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson.
I got one, right?
You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
I should stop doubting everyone.
I haven't got time to jog, Cole. The captain wants me to make this case.
I'm gonna solve it before you guys.
What do you think?
Once you've checked the bathroom, Cole, you better take a look around.
Didn't I check the bathroom? What are you buying? Check the bathroom. What else is there to look? Her bedroom, sir.
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one. Quality English smoking jacket. Under 45 would wear one.
Get away, Roy. Get away.
Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing?
Oh, okay.
We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster. Looks like barbiturates.
Right now.
Advice?
You want to go digging around in drains trying to support Mal's theory? You go ahead. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
Doesn't look like anything.
Alright, that's all I think.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket? Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and follow up.
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm a Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
And you're always wrong. Anything outside?
What now?
You want to go digging around in drains trying to support Mal's theory? You go ahead. I'm not getting my hands dirty. What now?
Something. Pretty sure there's something I missed. Let's try in the building one. Oh, syringe. I think.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
Well, that's hardly conclusive.
I think our work is done here.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
Seems irrelevant.
I think our work is done here.
So,
I'm at a loss.
Our doctor was prescribing enough pills to stop a horse. Maybe we should pay him a visit.
yeah.
Our doctor was prescribing enough pills to stop a horse.
Doctor's list.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eyes.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got...
Goddamn maniac!
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without cover.
Any available unit, the 44 suspect to be taken into custody as suspect.
Detective Phelps.
Look, Phelps, in a minute, a bagman named Rampley's gonna walk in here and put a mint on some horse running in the fifth. We don't care about Rampley so much as we want his boss. He's the one we're gonna put away for fixing the race.
You're hoping Rampley will lead us to him?
Bingo. Here's what you're gonna do. Get in there, blend in, wait for our mark. You'll be in a dark coat. Wait until he hands over the cash, then tail him. Good luck. Wait until he hands over the cash, then tail him.
I'll wait outside. Keep an eye on the place.
Give me $1,000 on Cavalcade the 5th.
come on. This ain't New York.
That's the guy.
Is that fair? Ah.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought it.
Any available unit of 44 suspect to be taken into custody at Sunset and Ivar. Unit to handle code 2 identified.
I'll wait outside. Keep an eye on the place.
I think his name is Kelly. He brought in the case for that poor lady killed near City Hall.
Give me $1,000 on cavalcading the 5th. Give me $1,000 on cavalcading the 5th.
Hey, come on. This ain't New York. Playing hide and seek, Mac?
Sure.
Got it, boss. A full G. She's coming in at 20 to 1. You and I are about to retire.
LAPD, you're both under arrest.
Don't run. Oh my god. No, you're not running. Come on, poke your head out.
Car 11K calling KGPL. Ambulance required at Sunset and Ivar. Shots fired and suspects are down. We're code 4, but I'll need an ambulance in a corner.
Roger that, 11K. All units be advised, the 44 at Sunset and Ivar is code 4. Suspects are down.
You're behind the wheel.
Following the Republican landslide of 1946.
Yeah, okay. Just talking outside.
I swear, if
we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
July 46. In July. Okay, so what month is it now?
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Yeah.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine?
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine? You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Yay, correct. Both.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Let's check out the other one.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
No.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain. Leave me alone.
What was that? Oh, I already knew that.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
We'll see.
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead.
Strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Interesting.
Try the Hollywood Beauty Bath with Pandora, and you'll see why. Pandora brand soap's got that creamy active butter and so gentle acoustic. Why Pandora is a 7
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Look out!
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
We're making some inquiries about... She was found dead this morning. Does she work here? How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
How long had Julie worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Well, I'll do a truth finally, because I never do the truth. Might be true.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. Sometimes the wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Actually, yes. Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl.
Very well,
I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here.
Really?
She's not in any kind of trouble, is
She's
she?
a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Julia, maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
Lives a fast life. That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? It's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to me.
I'm very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a... How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Alright. Doesn't seem like any doubtful.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Yes, he is. Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
I think you know. Yeah, are you sure you don't know? Hmm. She should know him.
Look, lady, you need to give me something. Do you know anybody who would have cause to harm Julia?
No. Really, Mr. Phelps. Julie is my friend. I don't know why anyone would want to hurt her. No. She's okay, isn't she? Really, Mr. Phelps. Julie is...
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
It would be very helpful to our inquiry. Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions. Oh, no.
Julia Randall was found dead.
I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Do we know where we're going?
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Drunk, mister, or you just cracked? Tell a man that there are 400 billion stars in a balloon. Tell him Avengers wet paint on it, and he has to touch it.
Paul, Roy, I have some information for you.
Who's the other guy?
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers?
Time of death.
That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Not on your life, Buster.
I found something else.
Which one? Tell me.
Want to grab me 2 with ketchup and a root beer? You louse.
What did you find? Tell me. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. Carruthers. The only other things he was carrying. Yeah, he's here. The harmonica and the morphine. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Yeah, he's here. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
I just don't know how to dance the bebop.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45.
Wait, what are you doing?
Stop him with one.
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest. Arnett
Interview 2.
He was in the bathtub. They'd
Interview
taken one of his
2.
fingers.
Interview 2.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do.
Mr. Arnett?
Terrible news about Julia.
Okay, so fiance of Heather.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business. Julia occasionally.
Fiance of Heather Swanson. Okay. Ah, yeah, I know.
Come clean with us, Arnett. Was Miss Randall your mistress? Is that how she could afford such a lavish lifestyle?
That's a ridiculous allegation. How could you possibly prove that I paid for Julia's things?
Is that how she could afford such a lavish lifestyle?
That's a ridiculous allegation. How could you possibly prove that I paid for Julia's things?
Looks like I made a mistake.
Maybe I didn't.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. I'm engaged to be married. Yes. It wouldn't be polite. We had relations. This will remain private. Heather won't have to know.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Name, wise guy. An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
somewhere back east. No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
That bum took a swipe at me, put him down in my sack.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
That's right. Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That would be all for now.
Various companies. We had a lot
You've been very hopeful.
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That would be all.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl.
Why'd you let him off the hook?
Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information. Can you also have R&I run the records on
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Where are you taking me?
Shit, better drop back, Cole. Now would be a bad time to forget how to drive.
Never stepped foot in Okinawa. He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
That's the cops. What are you doing?
Almost see the window.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too slack. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
What are you doing?
What? Funny.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Slack.
I can do it.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
What are you doing? How do you see me?
Slack.
How do you see me?
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Maybe it was me. What?
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Too much slack. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here. You bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better. What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Oh my God. It's Fabergé.
That's good. Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
zooming in. Dearest, Beverly with love and affection, always. Who's that? CD? J? Telephone.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks for your help.
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Another accommodation?
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you.
Sir, I need the contraband list.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Is the cigarette case on there? Here you go. Is the cigarette case
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox. Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies. Julia Randall's ring. It's here. Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Oh, wearing it all.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad. So what next?
Okay. We check out this Eastern broad and see if we can make the link between the burglars and Arnett.
So what next?
Okay. We check out this Eastern broad and see if we can make the link between...
Are we going to the Mocambo?
Get this morning's edition hot off the press.
Wrong way.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
All right, where to?
We'll go to
You drive. I need to go
yeah,
over the
first.
case notes.
Let's see that police officer.
I can tell you're lost. Your lips are moving.
Care at all, you're stomping around.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information. Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Really?
You can drive. Where are we going?
Now at your nearest U.S. Army recruiting.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie? A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the warrant. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
It could be a deficiency.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
No.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
It's not worth that much.
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen. Daughter's boyfriend
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered. A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
I think you know more about this burglary than you were letting on, Mrs. Eavestrom. There isn't an insurance claim involved, is there?
Are you accusing me of having my own home burgled? How dare you? What possible proof do you have for this scandalous remark?
Okay.
How dare you? What possible proof do you have for this scandalous remark?
Looks like I was mistaken. Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother.
That have been stolen, Detective.
Hello, detectives.
What else has been recovered?
What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry
It's of the week. Chart toppers.
I don't hear a
and
siren,
variety
Phelps.
shows. This is ATI Radio.
I don't hear a siren, Phelps.
Arnett is obviously arranging burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apart.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
That's that cop.
Come on, sister.
Looks like a decent
Let's
guy.
find out who your fiance really is.
That's that cop.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Stop! LAPD! Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on,
Put your hands in the air. Give it up, LAPD. Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. He came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming round, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
Missing something, You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Yeah, good question.
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her? Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry.
A graduation present from my parents.
That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry. A graduation present from my parents.
Incidental. Optimistic, Cole. Optimistic.
What is that? A flashlight.
Junk.
Any ideas?
Get his story. Let's see Henry talk his way out of this with Heather in the room.
Any ideas?
Get his story. Let's see Henry talk his way out of this with Heather.
I don't think so.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall.
I'm in fashion business.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, Detective?
You're off the hook for now.
I'll have to use intuition because that's not. Okay, so he's lying. I don't know which one it is though.
You won't let me leave until we finish this, Detective. So you'd best get on with it.
Unconscious man.
Thought as much. Shouldn't you be calling me an ambulance or something?
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. She could marry Heather if she had love. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create
You wanted Julia Randall out of your life.
Why would he want that? Julia was our friend.
Julia was his hump, sweetheart. They were the Bonnie and Clyde of society burglars. He met you and realized he didn't have to steal anymore. He could just mooch from you. He needed Julia out of the way.
Julia was insatiable. She didn't care about anyone, not the least me. She was never going to go back to the poverty she came to see. I wanted it to stop.
I got that wrong. But she here.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Give it up, Arnett. You're facing the gas chamber. Give the judge some reason to commute.
You still don't get it, do you? Julia entrapped everyone. She was so beautiful. So goddamn cool.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
I guess I got that wrong.
Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
You know, I think I failed really bad there. So it was the doctor.
You know the way. You can drive.
All right, where to?
And on the tongue, smooth.
I just want this case to end. I failed so badly.
Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in.
Doctor, I'm
I
afraid
told you
Mr. Arnett
never
is
to
here see you,
come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
Send him in.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. You know that I loved her. I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her. They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. The practice. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. My wife, my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. What have I done?
Oh.
Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way. We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
Yep. You alright? Okay.
We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
I forget, let's get out of here. I want to finish this case.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica. Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this out of the street. Get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica. Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off.
A harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. You don't want him to bolt on us.
Here.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up. Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is. Wait, the son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of them.
Yeah.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
I don't think I
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
You should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you,
The doctor did couldn't reveal the depths of these situations, which really, yeah, I felt like I failed that one. Big time. And that will do. That's a long one. So, yeah. I'll probably pick it up later on tonight, maybe.